Hey everyone, this is Kelly Janae with Ethereal Ecology, and you are watching the Reducing the Dosage series. It is March 27th, which means we are kind of in the middle of like this COVID-19 pandemic, and my county is going on lockdown and all this stuff, which is good. Social distancing, protocols, I'm glad that they're going in place, and I work from home anyways, and I live in the woods, thankfully, and I still have a job because I can work from home. So I am just sitting in gratitude and doing lots of spiritual practice and meditation and grounding myself at this time. It's been very healing, and I went down from 50 milligrams to 37.5 milligrams 7 days ago. So I've been on 37.5 for 7 days. Ooh, math. And honestly, like, I feel amazing. 50 milligrams, I feel like was a little bit, but 37.5 has really treated me well. And it's kind of surprising because 12.5 milligrams when you're at, a level of 50 is fairly significant. Some people go down by 5 milligrams. Some people even titrate by putting Lamotrigine into water. I just found this, I was invited to this Facebook group where people are getting off of Lamotrigine and Lamictal. It was such a kind thing for somebody to invite me to that. So I've been sort of connecting and seeing what other people are doing in that regard. But for me, so where am I at right now in my process? Well, it's hard to say whether the effects of the drug and the withdrawal are even there on some level, because I've really rooted myself into my spiritual practice. As I said before, this week I've decided to really just devote myself to my belief system, and so that has allowed me just a lot of motivation to focus in. And I will say that it's Buddhism, and so it's focusing in on how can I attain enlightenment and get rid of my attachment to all worldly dharmas, all worldly things, so that I may attain enlightenment for the benefit of all sentient beings. And it's that motivation that, like they say, the bodhicitta motivation of wanting to be better for the sake of others, to liberate them from their suffering, in addition to you doing that, because the mental work and the meditation and all of the moral conduct that you decide to take on is really developing your mind so that you are able to be there, to be more present for others, and to obviously let go of things that just don't make you happy anymore. And I really haven't felt the effects of this withdrawal because I've been feeling amazing as a result of just focusing in on the practice. I feel actually extremely loved and connected after having really decided, like, whoa, I'm ready. It's time. Like, I'm ready to take these commitments and to really focus in on my practice, to study almost on a daily basis if I can, and that has allowed me to feel more connected to, I don't want to say spirit necessarily, but it's like the spirit, the universal intelligence that is, begettingless time, and that is the wisdom of the enlightened beings, etc. Whatever you believe in, for me, it really works. And maybe this is just a testament to the fact that, like, drugs and prescription medication, they're helpful on a physical level. But we're sentient beings, which means that we have the ability to operate at a more than physical level. Well, okay, we're sentient beings, but so are animals and, people in hell realms and stuff. But as human beings who have been gifted with this precious human rebirth, which means that we have, like, this perfect balance of suffering and pleasure that at least is enough to motivate us to liberate ourselves from samsara, but it's not so pleasurable that we're just like, yes, this is the best, and we don't get out of it. So, like, just focusing on that has made me sort of step out of the physical symptoms. And even when I wake up and maybe on some level I'm not feeling good, but I feel good because my mind is healthy. Like, this is mental health at its finest, to be doing the purification mantras I do every night and to really focus my energy on the things that really matter. Because I feel like I was getting really bogged down by negativity for a while. And I just decided enough is enough. This is not okay. Like, I'm not okay with this. And when I was getting on the medication, it was Buddhism that saved me. Like, literally, Buddhism saved my life. Meditation saved my life. And so it's funny. It's like I'm going back to where I started when I was starting this process of healing. And I really do feel like getting off this medication is helping me to come back to terms with like what I needed. And it's cool. It's like I took a detour, you know. I think getting off of the path for a while, it's just what needed to happen for me to gain this new understanding of, and these new gifts and these new awarenesses. Like, coming back to it has allowed me to see it in a whole new, deeper light, a more wise light, a more mature, realized light. And it's just allowing me to live as a better human being. And yeah, so the power of the mind. It's all about positivity. Whatever it is that helps you reach that state, and it's not going to be alcohol, it's not going to be drugs, it's not going to be friends. Even, honestly, like, even nature. Like, let's think about that for a second. I love nature so freaking much, but not everybody, I'm fortunate to live in the woods, but not everybody does live in the woods. Some people don't even have access to nature because they live in cities and don't have public transportation, and green spaces just aren't as, widespread and well maintained as they should be. And now people can't even go out to green spaces currently. So what do you do when you don't have the perfect conditions for worldly happiness? What do you do? What do you have? All you have is your mind. That's all you have. You have to, when people are being quarantined in their houses and they're having to be with themselves, so many people struggle with that. And I really do feel for the people right now who are, they have no choice but to confront their shadows. And that's something that I have, and maybe that's why, like my whole life has sort of prepared me for this moment, or just like the sort of future of my life, and realizing how important it is to have mental resilience, is because I've pursued shadow work out of a desire to pursue shadow work, in like Native American traditions and things like that, and in my daily life, and in the process of getting off of this medication, it's shadow work, because you're uncovering stuff that like kind of sucks when you look at it, but the only way to release it is to know that it's there and to be like, hey, this doesn't control me. I'm not controlled by this medication. And I'm actually really optimistic that I'm going to be able to sort of like get off of it pretty quickly. And, it's kind of interesting, this situation now where we're sort of on lockdown. What if you couldn't get your medication? You know what I mean? Like, I feel for people out there who actually have medications for like life-threatening diseases and things that they need to take, and people who need blood transfusions and things like that. Honestly, like, I have been just like gifted with the causes and conditions for a beautiful life, but what I've realized is that I was still super unhappy, and that's why I was in this dark negative place. It's like, how can I possibly be that unhappy when my life is so freaking amazing? I have a support network, I have a house that I can pay for, I have a job that I love, I have opportunities, I'm healthy, and yet I'm still not happy. So it really makes you think, it made me think at least, about what do I value, and really just like tapping back into like that deeper essence of what it means to live, which for me it's just a higher purpose. And that's what calls me, and that's what I am devoted to, and it's what brings me fulfillment and peace and mental health that overwhelms any sort of side effects that could possibly be going on right now. And on top of that, of course, lifestyle still matters. Waking up, doing my yoga in the morning, working out, making sure I take breaks from work to look up in the sky and like play music and do what I need to do to be happy, avoiding, intoxicants when at all possible, and also avoiding friends who are not good influences. That's something I've realized as well lately, is like, look, you are the people you hang out with the most. You just are. And so like this time of being alone has allowed me to really separate and like get closer to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, and a little bit farther away from people who I love and adore, but at the end of the day, who are you going to ask her for advice or take refuge in? Is it going to be somebody who has a completely biased mind, who hasn't quite developed their discipline, and has these flaws that, like, rub off on you as an empathic, sensitive individual? Or are you going to take refuge in, like, an enlightened being who is here to, like, liberate you from suffering, literally, like, I mean, and has a completely clear mind, is fearless? Like, that is my role model. That's my role model, and that's what I aspire to be. I believe genuinely that I am able to reach enlightenment in this lifetime, and that in itself is a blessing. And I realize that not everyone has that confidence and that faith. And so, you know, I guess I'm just sharing all of this because this is where I'm at right now, and there's no separation for me between this process of getting off of bipolar medication and healing and becoming more in tune with, like, my purpose in this world, which I know is to heal, but gosh, like, it's a deeper thing, because it doesn't end in this physical plane. It's not about me. It's not about me, like, doing anything successful here. If I'm helping, awesome, but it's really about, like, getting out of this cycle of just, like, happy, sad, like, you know, suffering, blah, blah, blah. It's life is bipolar in itself if you label anything as good or bad, or, like, get attached to any of these worldly things. Like, if you think about it, it's just like, there's no stability. We're just mirrors of our environment, I guess. So, anyways, I gotta show you my cat really quick, because he's sitting in the medicine wheel right now, just like Lido. He's just facing the south direction, like it's his job. Good boy. Well, anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I'm a very joyful person right now, and I'm just so blessed, and I hope and I pray that I can maintain this level of stability and positivity, because that's what I'm here for. You know, that's what I'm here for. Does not help anybody if I'm not being a positive person. Doesn't help me, and it definitely doesn't help anybody else. So here I am, shining a light for all to see. I love all of you so very much. If you are interested in any of this content or any other content, please go to the site ethereal-ecology.com, sign up for the newsletter, go to Facebook, like me, not me, I mean Ethereal Ecology. You don't have to like me, but the cause, it's about the cause. And yeah, I'm on SoundCloud, whatever. Like this video, share with your friends. I hope it's helping, and you can always donate at Patreon if you feel so called. Right now, I don't even care about asking for donations. Like, I literally am just doing this out of the freaking love of my heart, and knowing, like, that this is an important thing that I'm doing. At least it's impacted certain individuals who have reached out to me on a personal level, and that's all that matters. If I influence and impact positively one or two people, like, I've done, you know, my job. So anyways, much love, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.